All right, hi guys. We're finally going to get into you actually being able to pick your tag name. So here are just some criteria for being able to pick your tag name, just to give you a hint. Okay, so you're going to do an assignment at the end of this. So first of all, for your tag name, um, so again, a tag name is your new graffiti identity. Okay, it's your new artist signature, it's your brand, it's your logo. So you really want to pick a name that represents you. So the idea about using a tag name as opposed to your real name isn't always about keeping your identity secret, so you don't get caught with vandalism. But it's to stay anonymous so that your work kind of speaks for itself. Okay, so again, we knew from the early days when tagging started in New York, people like Tacky 183. Tacky was his nickname. Now, this wasn't a big secret. Everybody knew that Tacky was he actually went by Tacky. Okay, so there was more than one Tacky, but so he went Tacky 183, and 183 was because he lived on 183rd Street. So, early days in New York City, it was their name and the number to represent where they came from. So, actually, back in the day, um, they didn't always use their nicknames. Tacky happened to, but some of them you see like Eva 62, so that was her real name. Some of them went by Cool Joe or Cool Kid, or so some of them actually had nicknames. Some of them just used their real names, like Joe 182, things like that. So, but we don't live on in New York City with names that are the street names that are numbered. So we're just going to go with their names, right? So when you're picking your tag name, sometimes it is really deep meaning. Sometimes it doesn't mean anything at all. So my tag name, for example, is Itys, Itys, for I told you so. Because I'm a teacher and I'm bossy and I think I'm always right. And I love it in class when I warn people something and then they don't believe me, and then I get to say I told you so. Also, a little bit more deep meaning. I obviously wear a lot of black, and so I identify with crows. I really like crows, and there's this idea that crows are sort of messengers and give you warning. So I thought that was a sort of a cool idea to go with. Um, the idea of crows being messengers, and I told you so. And also, Itis in Greek mythology was like um, sort of an instructor of a teacher of evil things. So not that we do really evil things, but I thought, we kind of do risky stuff in class. So, but it doesn't have that much meaning. It doesn't have to have that much meaning, right? Maybe it's just a name that you like. Maybe it's your initials, right? But it should be between 3 and 5 letters. There are definitely tags that do 2 letters. And the problem with that, it's hard to do a lot of style with 2 letters. And that's the challenge. And of course, it's not the end of the world if it goes beyond 5 letters, but when you start to get to 6 and 7 letters, it's hard to make it stylistically look good, but then you're writing for a little bit longer. So normally tag names are 3 to 5 letters. Okay, so it's something that you want to be able to write pretty quick. All right, now spelling doesn't matter, so maybe play around with, would a K look better than a C? Would a number replace a letter? So can you replace like the letter E with a 3, for example, just to maybe shorten it? Can you take some letters out so it still says what you want it to say, but then makes it shorter? So um, your tag name, okay, so it can be your nickname. Maybe it's your initials with your middle name in there. Maybe it is a word that describes something that you believe in or an idea, right? But graffiti doesn't have to be all about politics or socialism or anything like that. I know some graffiti writers, they've just written out all the letters that they like, and whatever, they just write all the letters of the alphabet out, and then whatever letters that they like to draw the most, they put them together, and that's their tag name, and it doesn't really mean anything. So here is your first activity. So ideally in your black book or on a scrap piece of paper or anything that you have, I want you to start writing out some ideas of what your tag name is going to be or could be. Some of you already have a tag name. Some of you have had a tag name from the past, but maybe you want to change it now that you've grown up a little bit. Maybe you want to stick with it, and that's totally fine. So you're going to pick out your tag name. This is the hardest part of graffiti, just coming up with your tag name. So for this assignment, you are going to write out your ideas, and you're going to let me know what your tag name is going to be. Who are you going to become from now on for graffiti? Now, if you're totally stuck, There's a couple websites that are pretty useful. So there is a tag name generator. There's a name generator for everything these days. There's also on Bombing Science, they have how to pick your tag name, and they have different examples and a list and different things that you can pick from. So have a look at those if you're really, really stuck. Now, when you are done, you're going to hand this in. So you're going to go to your class, and you're going to do assignments. And this one is assignment 1. Your tag name. So what I want you to do is I just want you to tell me what your tag name is, and then how you came up with the idea. Was it just, is it something deep? Is it something that was just your initials? How did you use one of the websites? So you're going to just type in here what your tag name is and how you came up with the idea, and then I'm going to get it, and maybe I'm going to have some different feedback. I'm probably going to love it, but maybe I'm going to have some suggestions for you if you like, and you hit submit. So that's your first assignment. Okay, I can't wait to see them. Good luck.